Let's come back home and talk about the price of cooking gas or liquefied petroleum gas or LPG, which is rising rapidly, putting into question the whole mantra about cooking gas for all, especially for average Nigerian households. But we see a similar trend across Africa. My guest on this tonight is Omono Okonkwo, a natural gas analyst and international journalist based in Abuja. Thank you for coming through on the show, Omono. Do you have any idea why LPG or cooking gas penetration has been difficult to achieve in Nigeria and across sub-Saharan Africa, despite the obvious advantages?
Okay, thank you for having me, sir. For me, I would say it's a lack of some factors. Now, across sub-Saharan Africa, we have, of course, we have gas, particularly in Nigeria. We have a lot of gas when it comes to resources. But LPG penetration has been difficult because we are lacking certain things. Now, we lack investments in distribution and storage facilities. We do not really have clear-cut policies for LPG penetration. We still also do not have enough stakeholder collaboration and adequate local awareness initiatives. Now, across for LPG penetration to be successful in sub-Saharan Africa, we need to lay a good foundation. Now, we're talking LPG distribution and storage facilities. We're talking adequate policies. We're also talking about making sure that we have the enabling environment for investments to thrive. Now, we do not have that to 100%, but of course, some sub-Saharan African countries are trying for that. But let's come back to Nigeria. Okay, for instance, now, we have, like you said, an increase in LPG. Like me, I went to get LPG for myself the other day, 12.5 kg. It's over 5,000 naira. And for the last couple of months, it was around 4,500 naira. If you have that, the prices keep increasing. How do we make sure that low-income earners have access to this gas? Now, I was talking to someone who is a player in LPG supply in Nigeria, and he said they're still importing some LPG into Nigeria. Now, that's a surprise. We have a lot of gas, but we have not built infrastructure around our gas resources. So partly, we're still importing some LPG. Now, for us to be able to reduce imports, we need to make sure we have adequate investments. Now, these gas suppliers are importing LPG. They're paying money in dollars. They need to recoup those costs. So that is why we have prices increasing on a steady basis.
Omono, the gas that is inside the tank, is that the problem or the accessories? We have the gas, the market is there, 200 million Nigerians. If you give me the contract to supply 200 million gas tanks, I'll be a multi-millionaire, if not rolling into billions. So why is no one interested in investing in such a lucrative business? Tell me.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. Yes, we have the gas resources and we need infrastructure around those resources. Now, people are not investing because we do not have clear-cut policies. Like I said before, the government needs to make sure that there are clear-cut policies for LPG. Now, we need also to cut down on importation of LPG. How do we do that? We make sure we have enough distribution and storage facilities. These things are very expensive. For people to be able to invest in them, we need to make sure that our country is safe. We need to tackle insecurity. We need to make sure that, yes, while we are talking about policies, we are also securing the country, every part of the country. Now, you and I know that we have a lot of Nigerians that are living in rural and remote areas. Now, these people do not have access to LPG. Many of them do not have access to LPG. Even people that are willing to say, okay, let us say goodbye to charcoal and kerosene for cooking. There are no storage and distribution facilities around them. We do not have good roads, right? You're telling a private investor to come invest in LPG in Nigeria. They need to distribute this LPG to people in the remote areas. We do not have good road transportation systems. We do not have enough rail systems. Now, we need to get those things up and going before we can think about, oh yes, let's talk about people coming to invest. We need to make sure that the foundation is already laid. Now, if I want to go invest in LPG supply, let's say in the southeast, how do I get my LPG to the people in, let's say, Okija, or the people in Nkanu West or Nkanu East? How do I get my LPG to them? How do I make sure that the roads are safe? How do I make sure that my tank drivers are safe? How do I make sure that the gas is getting to these people and they are able to also pay for this gas? So it's a lot of things, right?
So right now,
we know that commodity prices
in the
are
manner of
rising.
speaking, it doesn't look like cooking gas is for the man on the street, or not on the street of Lagos, by the way, because again, Lagos, yes, or Abuja, Port Harcourt, or Kano, Kaduna, yeah, the men on the street can afford gas, but we'll see them in their wheelbarrows and what have you.
Yes.
When you talk about those remote villages in every part of the country, they need to be able to afford it. So the issue of affordability is there. The issue of investments are there. Would you say we need some subsidy in the gas for LPG?
Also, the issue of accessibility too. What?
Okay. So what about subsidy? Do you think we need subsidy? Can we subsidize gas, cooking gas?
Oh yes, yes. I think it's an important thing to consider because I mean you're subsidizing kerosene. You say you want
Petrol,
people to
yes.
switch from kerosene to LPG. Yet LPG is not subsidized. Now, if you're looking at that penetration, LPG penetration, you need to consider it. It's something to consider, right? And I think we also need to invest in local awareness campaigns. This is a very important thing. I was talking about it the other day with someone. It's important, you know, in the energy transition, the people will drive the energy transition. Right? If you're not taking the people along, they are not aware. How do you drive it? I mean, the energy transition will not take place, will not be implemented in one office in Abuja. It is implemented when people are aware of what you're doing or what they are supposed to be doing. That information needs to trickle down to people. Okay. I think we should start from schools. Secondary schools, universities, these are people that will still go out there one day and get their own apartments. They need to be aware that okay, yeah, they can cook their jollof rice. They can cook their party jollof rice with gas, and it will still come out delicious. They don't need to use firewood.
I get it, but that's debatable. But let's talk about the jollof rice and which one tastes better, by the gas or the firewood some other day. Let's leave that for another day. Let's taste the rice first. Thank you so much for your deep insights. Enjoy your evening holiday. Omono Okonkwo, natural gas expert.